Hey everybody, I'm here on site with Fabian at Evelyn Protective Film Coatings, and we've chosen this fella to educate us all about paint protection films and ceramic coatings.
Yes, sir.
So in this video, we're going to show you just a little bit of a teaser about what's going to be happening to WhiteNight in the next few days. So stay tuned, and you'll be seeing a lot more about the process in the second video.
That's right. The backing, the liner,
Yeah.
you can see that there's a clarity difference. Like you can see that there's, it's a urethane, right? So you can still see little pigments and stuff like that in the film. But if I were to take this, and I'll quickly just set up an installation bottle. So we'll just use that as a demo piece. No real cleaning going on, because the main thing is just to show you the idea of why this one is so much clearer. All right.
Okay. And these films have a self-healing properties.
Absolutely.
Scratches
You will get that, because I am going to scuff this up just by using this rubber squeegee right now, and you will see some light scratches in there as well.
I happened to notice, I was watching some YouTube videos too, and I saw the ceramic that you were mentioning to me as well.
Oh yeah.
Has some amazing.
Yeah, Feynlab has,
yeah.
They have a couple different options. They have a regular ceramic, which has no self-healing abilities to it, and then they have their self-healing ceramic, which is called Self-Heal Light and Self-Heal Plus. Those installations are phenomenal because, number one, if you're putting on PPF and then you're also adding the Heal Light and the Heal Plus to your painted surface, you're going to get the abilities that, or you're going to get the advantage of, number one, you're going to have some swirl marks that are going to appear from washing that'll actually be in the coating. But then if you're using warm water, if you're out in the sun and you're actually doing your wash process, you're going to notice that with warm water and being out in the sun, the Self-Heal Light product and even the Self-Heal Plus will actually start to make those swirl marks disappear. Yeah. Similar to what will happen with PPF as well, right? So we've got that on. I'm just going to use my torch here real quick, add a little heat to it, just to kind of...
For the curing torch?
Yeah, just to get her down a little bit, make sure she's tacking, get out some of those swirl marks as well, those insulation marks that I just added onto it. And I'm just going to give it a quick trim, just to get rid of that excess.
Adhesive on the underside that's water activated or something? Is that how that
No, it's not even water activated. There is a I want to say that it's about half mil or maybe a 0.1 mil thick adhesive that's on the bottom of these things, and they grip significantly without the lubrication of like putting the soap and water mix. I mean, you would be just tacking and it would dry and it'd look all nasty looking. It wouldn't even look like, it should be on. Yeah. Versus when you put the water and soap solution underneath, it allows you to actually float the film, move the film around, actually reposition it. The only difference between this and like vinyl is, one, you're looking at a film that is roughly about 8 mils thick to 8.5 mils thick, depending on everybody that's in the market, versus vinyl where it's like maybe about 2 mils thick. An object like this, and I can put it up to the film and I can try and go through it, and it's just showing like the strength.
Yeah, that is really strong.
of the film, right? Versus if I were to take a point, versus like this, that's why these things aren't bulletproof. But if you take a sharp point like that, and you're traveling at X amount of kilometers an hour, it will eventually puncture the film. And that's the reason why most people put it on, is because they're looking at deterring the rock chips from actually penetrating there. So we've got the film on. There's already some good scuffs in there as it is. You can see, right? So
that's the side with X-Bell.
Yeah, this is
the nylon brush.
Yeah.
So this, like, I think most people probably understand that if you use a winter snow brush on your car,
yep.
You don't even realize that you're actually putting, scuff marks in your
Exactly.
In your
so
paint.
You can see that, right? Yeah. So what we can do a quick demonstration just with hot water. So we'll do that on a clear guard nano first. Just drop a little hot water on there. Let that dry. You shouldn't see any of those scratches.
Yep.
Right, they're gone.
Yeah.
Now we're on the expel side. Both
Yep.
these films have great self-healing ability.
Yep.
All right.
I see that.
Okay, so now we're just gonna pour that hot water on there. Just get rid of that. Do the same thing, just give it a quick dab dry. 'Cause I don't want to instill any more, because the whole purpose is to show you that they're
Of
gone,
course, of course.
right?
Oh yeah, look at that. They're gone.
Gone. But now here's the fun part. Well, come out here to the light a little bit.
I can see there's orange
You can
peel
see the
here
orange
on the
peel
Expel.
on the expel.
And this one's like, it's
It-
like a gloss finish. It's,
Exactly.
It's perfect. It's a
It
much
looks
better film.
more. It looks more to the naturalness of the painted finish versus adding more orange peel to it. So imagine paint when it's finished out of the booth onto a vehicle already has orange peel as it is.
Yes.
Right, and unless you're doing a custom car where you're going to be getting it done, so that the detailer or the body shop is going to be blocking it down, sanding it down, getting rid of the orange peel, and then high gloss polishing it right back up from compounding and everything like that, you're really not doing a show car finish most of the time,
Yeah.
right? So if you're looking at your daily driver, you've got natural orange peel on there. Then you add another film, you add
That
a
just
film
makes it
on there
worse.
that has more orange peel. What you're doing is you're adding double the orange peel, and what happens is because they're not going to lay in the same pattern, you're going to see even more distortion.
Yeah, I hear you.
Now, yes, I understand there's a brand that has a lot of marketing and everything behind it. I appreciate that. I don't discredit the brand whatsoever. The brand is amazing. I've used it for years. But then I got put on to these guys over at ClearGuard Nano, the product ClearGuard Nano from Prestige Film Technologies. And when I put it on any vehicle, I've noticed that it is optically clear. I mean, it lays down like butter for me as an installer. So for me, I like the fact that I can lay it down and leave it and it's good to go. I don't have to babysit it. I don't have to worry about it. The adhesive isn't as aggressive as Expel, so if I have to relift it back up, I don't usually get lift lines, which is a huge thing that unfortunately, as great of a product as it is, if we have to reposition something or if we have to move something, say it's out of alignment if it's a pre-cut kit, or if it's a bulk piece and we have to like reposition it just so we can get over that little corner, sometimes we can get something called a lift line. Which won't go away.
Is that like a stretch mark type of thing, or
no?
something
Stretch
else?
marks are different.
Oh, okay.
Stretch marks leave a little bit of a distortion. A lift line will leave something like, it looks something like that.
I can see. Oh yeah, I can see
Right?
it there.
And those aren't lift lines. That's just actually me messing around with it. But a lift line
Understood.
will look kind of something like that, and you'll see a little, like a line that'll go all the way across right there. Versus a stretch mark will actually be the adhesive being broken up. Because sometimes when we have to stretch it over things like a mirror, it's kind of like trying to stretch over a cue ball.
Of course.
Right? You are going to get a little bit of distortion, but you shouldn't get a lot. And normally also, installers shouldn't have nails. Some installers do. I normally cut my nails. I haven't had any installations where I have to worry about it within the last couple of days, so it's not a big deal. But what we want to do is we use stuff like warm water as a way of lifting it.
Right.
And I think that we should have lifted past that point. Warm water is great. Expel has the same option, so you can do that too with down. All right, so we'd use a little warm water. Continue to lift it past. Lift it flat. Just kind of massage that area. Just firm strokes. Now you can see there's a little bit of a lift line there. Right?
Right on that demarcation point.
Right. That's the difference, though, is that this has been down for a while. This just went down. What'll happen is that when this all dries up nicely, that'll
Just
fade
level
away.
right out.
So there's things like doing things like that, like during the installation. If we have to do it, we can. In some cases, if the film's been down too long, or for example, I've heated it up and then I try to do that, sometimes it's almost best to actually redo the whole panel. The sun, so you see there's a bunch of fresh scratches in there.
Yeah. So even just leaving the car out in the sun.
Right. Exactly.
There's a passive way of doing things.
So you've got a clear understanding of what the
Yeah, it's gone.
like, I mean, there's some squeegee marks in there.
Yeah, sure.
But
Nice.
so what we're going to be doing with your car is so Self Heal Light and Self Heal Plus, they are basically the top tier of the Feynlab's product line. And when those go on, pretty much the only way to remove it is by actual abrasion. So we're talking about we have to wet sand the car and we have to bring the product completely taking it off. We've even had it where even in training and stuff, when we go into training to do the product, where we've had Self-Heal Plus put on the car or on a demonstration hood, had the hood sanded, and we still found that there was healing properties even after it's been wet sanded, right? So it's really good. Now, what we're gonna be using on your cars, we're gonna be actually using Ceramic Plus. Now, Ceramic Plus has some self-heal capabilities, some, not a whole lot, but for the end user, for yourself, so if you're a weekend warrior and you're out there washing your car and stuff like that, those minor swirl marks will diminish.
Awesome.
Not 100%, but they will go down. If you went into the Self-Heal Plus and stuff like that, they're gone. But once you have that ability of having that little, to be able to have it out in the sun, you do a quick wash and you see that little bit of a swirl mark happening, and then all of a sudden you come back and you start realizing, well, that's kind of diminished. I think that's a win-win combination where you have the optical clarity of the ClearGuard Nano CGN on the car. So one, you're not picking up any extra orange peel on the vehicle. You still have the protection of the rock chips and scratches and stuff like that on the full front end. And then also that you have the ease of maintenance being topped off on everything. So your full car gets covered from front to back in the Ceramic Plus. That gives you the opportunity where now you can actually go outside. If it's only a little bit of dust on there, you can actually just take the hose and pretty much
I'm looking forward to that because, as my dad always said many years ago, that you want to protect your car, you got to wax it, boy.
Yeah.
But these days,
it's done.
You don't have to do that.
The wax is
anymore.
gone. Because after the way I got away from doing the wax is, think of it this way: take a candle and roll it down the street. Does it not collect dust? Right? Wax will attract dust. It will give you good depth of gloss, but at the end of the day, you want something that's going to give you deep depth of gloss, and you want something that's going to give you long-lasting protection. Ceramic Plus gives you about 5 years worth of protection, and the depth of gloss is absolutely there.
So just to mention here, because some of our viewers are probably going to be asking, and of course we have a white car.
Yep.
So if somebody had a darker colored car, let's say they had a Tesla that was black or the midnight silver or red or something, something that has a deeper color to it, would you say that it was probably better if they moved up the line to something that has more self-healing properties on the ceramic?
That's a good question. That is all dependent on the person's budget.
I see.
And we do things in a way so that, one, we don't break the budget, and two, we find out what's your purpose with the vehicle. Because if someone coming in and they're saying they're going to lease the vehicle, that means probably within 3 to 5 years they're going to turn the vehicle back. You don't want to put something like Self-Heal Light or Self-Heal Plus on there, because at the end of the day, you're giving the dealership something for nothing, right? Yes, you have the vehicle and you're going to keep it. It's going to look great, but at the end of the day, you want to know, we want your dollar to go as long as you go. So if you're keeping the vehicle in perpetuity, in the sense of you're not going to be giving it back anytime soon, then yes, Self-Heal Light, Self-Heal Plus, go for the big guns, get it done right, get it done all at the beginning, so that 10 years down the road, you're not worrying about the vehicle. Right now, Self-Heal Light has a warranty of 7 years. So there's Self-Heal Plus, has a 7-year warranty on it. So you, in 7 years, will have to eventually look back at the vehicle and see if we're going to be doing a topper on top of it to reactivate the hydrophobicity. That's really the only thing that really leaves with a lot of these coatings, is that the hydrophobicity aspect of it dwindles. And that can be from anything from going through car washes to using dish detergent. Even a lot of guys think that you can use it. Don't use them. And not using the right soaps with like a good pH balance, like a nice 7 pH balance. You want to have a good car soap, something that's going to just give you good lubricity to remove the dirt off the car, but not have you agitating super hard.
Make sure you remind me when we get around to actually filming the installation process to give us your recommendations as far as a soap is concerned.
Oh yeah, I got some stuff for you. When we're doing that, when we're doing the full wash and decontamination, I'll walk you through a good soap that I'm actually using right now. Great pH balance, especially for the weekend warriors that like to, wash outside in the sun.
Awesome, thanks.
All right, no problem.